Hello, hello. Good morning, everyone. I hope you are having a wonderful morning. This is Monday morning, and it is April 13th, the Monday after Easter weekend. And I hope if you celebrate Easter, I hope you had a wonderful Easter holiday season with your family, even if it was virtually, even if you assembled with your church, that it was a virtual experience that you enjoyed and you and your family enjoyed. There's one thing about this pandemic, it surely has brought people together in a different way, an unexpected way that we certainly were not anticipating, but it seems like more people are spending more time with their family and with their kids simply because they can't. And I think that's probably a good positive out of all this situation here. So I just want to welcome you, and I have a series, a little mini series that I want to share with you this Monday through Friday this week. And I'm just opening up a couple of windows. And some of it, it all relates to finding resilience in uncertain times. And that's what I titled this. And so I want to just let you know that I am not insensitive to what's going on right now, even though I want to bring encouragement, some business tips. It is a different way of living right now. And so resilience is a big part of my brand, a big part of what I talk about, of what I share. And it's not so much of resilience from a huge setback, like some traumatic thing that happened that we have to find our way back out of that situation into a normal. This is more resilience as finding daily resilience every day. So we're going to talk more about that in a little bit. I just wanted to connect first. And usually what I do is I share a little behind the scenes. And of course, we had our Easter celebration, and we have our little 7-year-old Audrey that was looking forward to an Easter hunt. And so my daughter online I think she started a month ago to collect little things for Easter celebration. And so she was doing her little Easter hunt in the backyard, and then she had additional Easter hunt inside the house. So that was fun watching her do that. So she was totally enjoying the day. And of course, we kind of shut down. We powered down on Friday a little bit, and we watched one of the TV movies that they show, like a biblical movie, like a recount of Christ. And that was just a good reminder. Sometimes we need to just unplug and remember who we are, what we believe, where we're grounded, and then from there we grow out, right? We grow from the inside out. And so I made some desserts. I made a keto cheesecake that takes no baking whatsoever. Tara from Tara's Keto Kitchen, she is my keto coach, and she has some recipes on YouTube, and I'll share that YouTube recipe. It's really quick to make. I mean, you can literally make it in about 5 minutes and tastes delicious with strawberries. So I made some special desserts, and one of our favorite is a keto pound cake that actually tastes like cornbread. It's amazing. So we enjoyed that this weekend. And I was thinking, in respect to all that's going on, we think that we can't do so many things, but there are things that we can do each day. We have today, and that's all we really ever had was today, to make decisions, to make choices, to reframe our thinking. Well, we don't know what tomorrow brings, even pre-pandemic, right? What we have is today that we can shape, that we can learn from, that we can leverage. It's what we have today. And so there was an old saying that comes out of Luke that says, if you are faithful in the little things, you will be faithful in the big things and the large things. And that's so key right now. If we're just faithful in those little things that we know that's right to do each day, when all this blows over, we're going to be faithful in the larger things that come across our way. If we just don't lose sight of hope and the fact that there are a lot of negative things going on right now, and there's a lot of tragedy that's going on right now. But so often in history, when you look back at history, out of the ashes of things that are broken, of things that have been lost, come up new beginnings, and things birth new ideas. People become more resilient. And so today I just wanted to touch on that subject. And I think part of the series is going to be on how to be resilient in your own personal life and also resilient in your business, because your work is an extension of who you are. And so today I just wanted to touch on the fact that sometimes when things get turned upside down, we sort of lose our identity. If we're been displaced from our work, or if we're not doing our normal routine, what we do day in and day out that we're used to, that's safe, that's structured, we get a little lost. And for some people, it's even hard to be alone by themselves. They have to be around a lot of people. They have to be in their zone of what they do. And so, I started thinking about this for this week, and I was thinking, when everything is stripped away, it leaves us very vulnerable, and we're all kind of in the same playing field, because this is a global thing and we're all in that place. And I never thought that a pandemic would unite the globe the way it has. But in that sense, we're feeling like, well, what's next? Well, who really am I? What is it that I do? Because so much of what we do, our whole existence is reduced to a title or a role. And that's all we see. And that's all we know, because we do it day in and day out. And so culture trains us to put titles at a high priority. We respect titles and we respect positions. And a lot of times, it's because it's impressive, but the titles, they come and go. Titles come and go, but the person remains. And so you as a person, maybe you lost a title or a job role, but you are still the person. You are still a person, complex person with many gifts, many talents, many skills. You may have lost that particular title, but you've not lost your identity of who you are. So I'm trying to encourage you to look at yourself as your true identity and not as a role or a title, because you're more than that. And resilience is really found when we identify with our identity, when we connect with our identity, and that can't be shaken because it's part of our core. Our identity is everything that we think and how we respond, how we view things. And that's why it's so important to reframe our thinking when it's negative or toxic, because really resilience comes from our identity. When we say, I'll say in a marriage situation, when we're struggling in a marriage situation and we realize, wait, no, my identity is that I made a vow with this person and I want to be the best wife that I can be. And perhaps I'm not seeing things from his perspective. And we rely on our identity, that first commitment that we came into, to say, wait a minute, I can't be swayed by the things that are coming at us left and right. We're on the same team. We're on the same side. My identity is to be his wife. So what can I do? Because I am a woman of integrity. I'm a woman of faith. And so what can I do to be able to move forward in a healthy manner? We connect with our identity. In business, we see that our identity in our values and our beliefs and the things that we do is going to affect the work that we do, the outcome. It's going to have integrity. It's going to, many times you've heard the term over-deliver. People will over-deliver. People will serve, because it comes deep from the core of who they are, their identity. So here's the problem that happens in business a lot of times that I run into when I'm coaching people. They have a desire to work online. They have a desire to either coach or to maybe have online products or group coaching or one-on-one, or even do service work, but they can't dial in to what it is exactly that they do, which is called their value proposition, what they're proposing they're going to do. And it's all connected with who they are, their story, and what outcome they're going to give that other person. What is the value proposition? And so often they get hung up. And the reason why is because they're looking at their most recent title, or their most recent position, and they don't see beyond that. They just see just what's happening now, or what I've done now, what I'm currently doing now, or earning money in now, or used to earn money in now. They don't see beyond that. And so they don't realize their identity is far more than just a title or role that you've been doing today or yesterday or last week or last month. You're far more than that. You're far more valuable. And so when I coach groups, we go in and we have worksheets that we work, and we really begin to to dig deep and go beyond the surface and look in, who are you really? Who are you and what are your true values? What is important to you? What do you bring to the table that can improve the lives of other people? And it's kind of a process that goes from the inside out, not just trying to take something exterior and fit it in, but we take something that's really at the core of who they are, that's important to them, that resonates with who they are, and then we begin to see, okay, what are those key things? What are those key things that you bring to the table? And how can we forge this together into a service or a product that's going to help grow transformation, create transformation? And then how do we market that? How do we market it? How do we create the wording around that so that the right people are connected with what you have to offer? But it all starts with identity. And we have to realize that resilience really is the process of really connecting with our identity and knowing this is who I am. For myself, I know that I am a woman of faith, and I know that I trust in God. My identity is in Him. I know I don't do things all on my own. I need not only Him, but I need community. I need mentors. I need those people that I can serve that are in my coaching groups. Those are things. I can't do this alone. I'm not doing this alone. And so my identity is secure in knowing that I am going to do the best that I can do based on my values and my beliefs. And that even if an obstacle should come, it's going to be a lesson. I'm going to shape it into a lesson that's going to help me build those resilient muscles even stronger. So whatever comes at me, whether it's good, okay, that's awesome, that's great. But if it's challenging, it's meant to challenge me to be able to shape me and mold me for something that I need or something I'm going to receive in the future. It's kind of like that first old saying that I said that was found in Luke, that it says, if you're faithful in the little things, right? Whatever comes at me today, if I squeeze the most out of it and can learn any lesson from it, no matter how small, and I'm faithful with every little thing that I do, the little things, I'll be able to handle the big things much better. And it's the same thing, and I'll be ready to handle those big things. So it's the same thing with resilience. We exercise those resilient muscles every day. If you're thinking, well, I don't really want to get up today, I want to stay in my jammies today, well, what's the point? I'll just take another day off, make it a 3-day weekend. That's when you have to say, is that who you are? Is that really who you are at the core? Or are you someone that wants to grow from experience, that wants to continue to forge forward? You have to really see of who you are. And when those tests come, like we're all being tested right now, we have to choose to exercise those muscles, those resilient muscles, and realize that we're created in such a complex way. And we have so many things, gifts and knowledge and experiences that we can offer, that maybe it's time to shape what we do in a different way and deliver it in a different way. And one of the best ways, I think, is online, because we can reach so many people. So with that said, that's what I have with you. And this week, I'm just going to touch a little bit about resilience and how that plays out in your business. Because I think we need to realize that even though we feel so limited, there's an opportunity today. That's all we have today. We have today to be able to exercise those resilient muscles, right? And to make the choices that are going to move us forward, even if we don't even get out of our house, but it'll move us forward mentally, emotionally, spiritually. And by the time this is all over, we will not go back to the way things were, because we will be stronger than we were when we first started. And so I want to invite you. I have a 8-week group coaching that I'm launching. The cart is open now. I launched it on Friday. And this 8-week group coaching, we talk about those exact things. We talk about your value proposition. We talk about who your ideal customer avatar would be. We look at your messaging. We look at a strategy. And we just take everything from beginning to a clear foundation. It's the launch pad. It's the foundation that you need with your messaging, with your branding, to be able to share, sell, coach people online. And so this 8-week coaching, I'll put a link to it. It's extremely, extremely affordable. In fact, I'll just do a spoiler alert. It's $197 for the 8 weeks. And not only that, but after the first week, when you connect with the group and with me, if you find that for whatever reason this isn't a good fit for you, 100% money back guarantee. I'm taking all the risk in this. But this is going to help you. It's got 8-week training modules. It's got 8 weeks of live group coaching. We have member brainstorming sessions where we really brainstorm and dial in your either your value proposition, whatever stage we're in the 8-week process. We'll just hone it in. We'll look at your medium, the way you're going to deliver or communicate to people online. Is it going to be video? Is it going to be writing? Is it going to be audio? We dial all that in and we create a strategic plan so that you can actually launch either an offer or a free offer by the end of the 8 weeks. We've got a private Facebook community that you can connect with other people, your peers, and with myself and ask questions. We have a lot of bonus trainings. I have a friend of mine, Lee Bradshaw, that does video marketing. He did a training for that. And Dr. Fred Jones, he is an expert in Kindle books. And so he's going to be also did a training module, and he's going to be providing information for you on how to market using Kindle. There's a lot of information in there. There's my 5-step approach to growing an online business that I use. It's a framework, and it has evolved with clarity. And there's a couple of things that I've kind of expanded on in that 5-step formula. So I'm excited to release that. We have other PDFs like how to earn revenue, 7 ways to earn revenue without even a website. There's a lot of great content in there and a copywriting checklist because you need to know how to write your messaging when you're blogging or when you're creating an ad or even a post on social media. So in summary, you need to really look at the opportunities you have every day to practice resilience. And that comes from the core of who you are, your identity. So one of the greatest questions that I ask myself is, who is God, right? I get my mind around that and I know who he is, but I sometimes have to remind myself that he is a provider, he is a redeemer, he is my comfort, he is my peace. And I have to remind myself of those things. And then the next question is, who am I? Who am I really? And I have to ask those questions because it's not in a role or a title. It's not in a role or a title. And I know for myself, I'm an encourager. I'm an encourager, and I have this tenacity that I think just comes from my faith to help other people succeed. So with that said, I'll put the links in there, and I'll put the link to my keto cheesecake that I made over the weekend. And I hope you have a wonderful Monday. And if you are considering this 8-week coaching group, it is so affordable. I don't know that you'll find anything like this right now. Very affordable. And we are going to get you dialed in so that you can have an online presence. And it would be just an honor and a privilege. I would love to be able to have you in the group. So in any event, I'm going to leave this information for you. And then I will see you tomorrow. We're going to talk some more about resilience. And until then, take care, wash your hands, don't touch your face. I know I just touched my face just now. It's so hard not to do. And stay healthy. Take care. Bye-bye.